I'll have you check it in a second. I'm gonna kick this door shut.
It's like,
Getting worse.
yeah.
It's fine.
Hey, welcome to This Gathered Life. We just wanted to say, gang signs, really?
This is peace.
Okay. All right.
What did we want to say?
All right. Hey, guys. Welcome to This Gathered Life. And we just wanted to take a little time to say thank you for joining us and thank you for tuning in and just seeing how we are learning how to do a podcast. We're learning how to do life together and just, taking along for the journey. We would love to hear from you if there's some things that you want to know or see how we do things. But again, we're just new at this. At least I am.
Yeah, I think it's just been a cool journey to start this together because it helps me to not have to think I have to make the perfect cinematic podcast.
Yeah.
Being a videographer at heart and just watching all the guys that I look up to on how they do podcasts and vlogs. It really helps me kind of step back and what really matters, what do we want to do inside of this podcast, these vlogs, that kind of stuff. And it's just really, we wanted to basically create a system that fits inside of our lifestyle.
Yeah.
And not add stress to make the perfect shots, the perfect audio, all those kind of things. But in the same sense, we're just trying to get better each time,
Yeah, more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
But also, we have 4 kids and full-time jobs. So, what's more important, doing a podcast or being with the family? And obviously, being with the family is one of the most important things in our life. So, what's an efficient way to do this, but also a raw way to do this and a quality way?
Yeah, and it's been really cool. We've had lots of good conversations with people in person and on socials, how just hearing our story and just being real about it has just started conversations between them and their spouse, or how it's helped them to grow. And we're never saying, hey, we've got it all figured out, because this really is about us taking you on the journey of us figuring out the flow. And so if there's anything that you guys want to, like you just touched on, if you want to hear about, if you want to see, if you're interested in, just put it in the comments. We want this to be a community. We want it to be a conversation that's just ongoing. And so feel free to hit us up in the comments and let us know what's interesting to you. If we touch on something in one of these podcasts that you want us to go a little deeper into, let us know, because we're trying to figure out what does everybody want to hear. But it's been really great we had conversations on Sunday with people that were just hey, I saw your podcast, hey, I love listening to this, or
go ahead.
No, we had one guy who was he was trying to ask what's the goal, but he's what's the point? And I'm and you know who you are, bro.
Yeah, calling you out.
I'm not gonna name any names, Mitchell.
Well, and even I heard from a gal I haven't heard from in a long time, and she's I just want I experienced similar things, and this is trying to make my way back to God, and hearing your guys' story, keep going, it's impactful, and that's all we can ask for, is that people are positively impacted to keep going, keep trying, and know that we don't have it all together, but we're here to just show you, I don't know, just the raw.
We're doing it.
Yeah.
How we're doing it.
how we fail too, we fail all the time.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
I think that's it.
Cool.
So we just wanted to do a quick little
Yay.
intro to, this is episode 3 of the podcast, and it's gonna be fun because you'll see and hear exactly what we're talking about we recorded in our backyard. The sun is moving.
It's chasing me.
It's chasing Becky, so we moved locations a few times.
Yeah.
But again, this is just really about, and we love doing the podcast outside, but it's the sun.
I know, and we're not even in Kansas right now doing this.
We're actually in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
We got a little getaway. So, and Becky pieced together a little video that we'll throw up on socials here soon.
Yeah.
Just kind of a little recap. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy episode 3. Let's do it.
Bye.
That'll be good. Well,
Episode 3.
episode 3. This one's been kind of a long time coming a little bit.
I know. Things get busy when you get summer around here.
Well, and we only really record on Tuesdays typically, because that's your day off. But
Yes.
you might be having a little more time off coming up.
Maybe. Yeah.
At least some.
I think, yes. We're going to see if I can do Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I got a proposition to do a different type of shift at work.
Mm-hmm.
So that would mean I get off at noon. But I will tell you, they gave me Tuesday and Wednesday off this week, and I was really excited about it.
I haven't seen you so happy.
I was, dancing around the bedroom.
I was like, I will take this every day.
Because when you jam pack so much in a day,
Yeah.
and you don't have another day after that,
Yeah.
you can get discouraged. You're like, I wanted to do all these things. So maybe even learning like how to not jam pack your day and how to appreciate what you did get done if you gave it all your best.
Yeah. Because I mean, that's the one thing is like we want to keep doing these episodes and whatnot, but also we're not going to sacrifice like peace in our life to go record a podcast.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I'm excited to kind of get back in this flow. I just did my pod with Gabe, so that went really well.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you to see that one because you didn't hear any of it, so it was just.
I know. I looked.
vibes.
There's a door right over there, and so I looked. I was like, oh, Gabe has cool glasses, so
Yeah.
I put on my cool glasses.
I'm like over here again with no glasses, so.
Got my glasses.
Yeah.
Also, the sun is.
We're always racing the sun with you.
I know. Maybe I'll just sit up.
Let me make sure that it's still
Proper.
on the shot.
I'll come this way.
Hello.
Okay.
Oh man, yeah. So we've been really pushing a lot of YouTube stuff lately, and we got back into TikTok.
Yeah, I don't know if I've really had it on my phone before.
Oh.
TikTok, so it is definitely new for me.
Yeah, and even when you had TikTok or Instagram, more focused on the scrolling and less of.
Oh yeah. It was
the
funny
posting
though,
side.
like when my friend Ashton, she would send me TikToks. I'm like, I don't have TikTok, bro, so I can't. It won't even let you watch what they send you.
Yeah, well, we went through a stage like 8-ish months ago that we really just kind of cut out social media.
Yeah.
That's when our world got flipped upside down, and we were like, all right, we got to work on some things individually and together type of thing too. But we just stepped back into the TikTok side and honestly, I'm realizing myself, I have kind of didn't know what any of the trends were anymore, which is kind of cool, kind of freeing to be like, well, I don't really know what's happening.
Yeah. Same.
But we're kind of like learning. So we kind of decided, like, at least for right now, we're only going to focus on like the YouTube and TikTok side.
Yeah.
Not really jumping into Instagram. I don't really have a desire to get into Instagram.
Yeah, I never get on Instagram.
Yeah. I don't even have one. I don't even have an existing one.
Nope.
So, what's that been like for you? Just like getting out of like the constant social media watching, and because you weren't really a poster, but you were a watcher.
I was a scroller.
Scrolling.
I was. It would be like an hour, 2 hours would go by. It would make me feel like such crap after doing that for, an hour or two. And now it's like, I feel like I don't scroll that much.
Yeah.
The only time I do scroll is if I'm going to the bathroom. And I am a quick going to the bathroom person. Sorry, being real.
Or like end of the day.
You
You just need the, bless you.
Thank
just
you.
need like the unwind.
Yeah, there is a little bit of unwind, like maybe in bed, but that's like while you're getting ready. And then we put on Fixer Upper.
Fixer Upper.
We love it.
Dude, Hughesman always talked about Chip and Joanna, and I never knew what the crap he was talking about. Now, dude, Chip and Joanna.
They're amazing.
Jojo. Hey, bud.
Hey, kiddo. It's awesome. But anyways, there's a lot more time in my day and there's a lot more things to do,
Yeah.
a lot more hobbies to fulfill, a lot more like things that are like calling for my time.
Yeah.
Besides kids, you know, like
Valuable things.
yes, kids are the biggest thing. Us is a big thing, like
Yeah.
as a family. So it's just nice to not be so sucked in on what people are doing. And it's annoying when you like watch a video that just like it was pointless.
Those 3-minute Facebook videos.
Where they take like, okay, now we're just gonna open, wait, how do you open this? Oh my gosh, but this is gonna be the coolest thing. Oh, watch this, watch this.
Just keep watching. Oh, just do it.
Oh my gosh. Those
And
are
then
so
it doesn't
stupid.
ever deliver at the end.
No, I never really got into those. That was probably like when they first came out, they were
Yeah.
everywhere. I don't really see those much.
Scroll to the end. And you're like,
I
yeah.
did. I did 2.5 minutes. I'm like, I
Yep.
know. Yeah, anyways, stupid. Yeah, there's just maybe too much to do to be
Yeah.
able to do that. And I did set a time limit. I would ignore it all the time.
Yeah.
I still sometimes ignore it on YouTube because like when I'm watching something valuable, like a
Yeah.
long video,
Podcast or a message or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
not really scrolling.
Yeah. I think for me, one, added a lot of peace because I didn't feel like I was having to watch what everybody else was doing.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
so, and even now, like I'm very cautious about what I'm scrolling through, like, cause I'm trying to direct our algorithm.
Yeah, he doesn't want me scrolling anything.
I said, if you're gonna doom scroll your own TikTok.
I do. I mean, on YouTube.
Yeah, because I don't want. Yeah, I'm just playing the game a little bit of like, all right, I only want these type of things on our feed, and I want it to direct our algorithm in that
Yes,
way.
which
So,
I get.
It's an experiment, but yeah, I think it added a lot of peace because I don't know what other people are doing. So it adds originality back into any type of creativity we have.
Yeah.
The type of videos we're doing is based off of what we want to do and like what is natural for us and easy for us, because it's not like. Because it's easy to get caught in the comparison side of things in life anyways. You compare yourself to somebody you think is doing better than you or is better than you or a better creator, a better singer, a better whatever. And then so it's like social media really kind of like drives that up, like comparing to the people that are posting their best.
Yeah.
And so that has been the best for me, and plus I just didn't want to live that kind of flow anymore. Like I was the guy that was like, the grid has to be perfect.
Yeah.
At least my grid. I was like, does that color of brown match that color of brown?
And there would be times you'd be like, okay, so I'm doing a color switch. So I have like this brown and this post down here, but you notice that it's on this second one here. So now where I'm switching to browns.
Yep. That was a Peter McKinnon like try to be like, because he would go seasonal, and I was like, I wanted to do it too.
Yeah.
Peter McKinnon.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I think what's nice now is there's a balance inside of the scrolling. Like we both will hold each other accountable. I know like we don't want the other person to be like, dude, get off your phone.
Yeah, we don't really like have a lot of that. I know you will say that to me, but we don't really just like sit and scroll.
Yeah.
I feel like there's another point, but continue.
No, I think it's good to like hold each other accountable for like the goals that we have in life.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what lifestyle are we chasing to live, you know? And we talk about like, what are our goals? What's important to us? You kind of mentioned like, well, our kids,
Yeah.
us, that sun is just coming at you.
It's all right.
So it's just like, what would you say in like, okay, our day, like every day matters, right? So every day that we get up, we get out of bed, we have our goals, it matters what we want in the end. Like what is our, so what would you say is the lifestyle that is just attractive to you, that you would say we're chasing?
I think a lifestyle is like always learning something new. I love learning, and I want to have a lifestyle where like we're challenging ourselves, like a good challenge. Also a lifestyle of like a peaceful home
Mm-hmm.
and the ability for our kids to come and talk to us about things.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge one. And teaching them to like not hide their face when they are in trouble.
Yeah.
Because we all feel that shame, and it's like, no, you need to come out of that.
Yeah.
So just a peaceful home, a challenge, like a good challenge of putting the pool pump in that you
Yeah.
did, and a good challenge of like, man, for example, my strawberries right now, they're starting to ripen, but they're kind of like smaller and more like funny looking.
Yeah.
They taste great. And I'm like, okay, well, how can I fix this? How can I better this? It's always making life more efficient so that we can live more peaceful, but also be challenged.
Yeah.
And a lifestyle of community.
Mm-hmm.
Like people who are in the same type of life that we're in. And what I mean by that is like, we have young kids. We'd love to be around people with young kids as well. One, because they can become friends. Two, they understand. But also have people that are older than us that can help us, you know, maybe not make the same mistakes they did.
Yeah.
And I think those are some big ones for me.
Yeah. I think it's literally like I've said before of like, okay, when you strip everything away, you know, because before I was like, I'm a business owner, I'm a musician, it's like, no, when you strip it all away, I'm a follower of Jesus, I'm a husband of you, and I'm a father of our 4 kids. Everything else needs to support that.
Yeah.
So like,
That's good.
the type of jobs that that I take are not going to be the jobs where I'm working late at night, shooting videos at night, because it doesn't support that. It doesn't allow me to be present and here for you and for the kids. And I mean, so many times before you were putting kids to bed, like most of the time, putting kids to bed by yourself. And even when I was here, I was like working. And so it's like, okay, that type of lifestyle doesn't support what we actually want. And so, yeah, I've said no to jobs that would require that, like being gone more. It would require some night type of stuff. And I'm like, no. The way we do that, the way we work in the garden, like that's based around like when the kids get home and, you know, and what can we do while they're in school, because we need it to be distraction free.
Yeah.
And then what can we still do while they are here, because we want them to like learn all this stuff too and be around. And but even like I've been trying to learn, like, so I want my kids to have memories that are like, Dad would take a break and come play with us, you know. So like when I started playing like with Zion the other day in the sprinkler, and we made up some football game through the sprinkler, like you know, he loves it. So now, just like he was always looking forward to like video games, now he's like, Dad, he gets in the car, hey Dad, can we play that football game in the sprinkler?
Yeah.
You know, and like that to me though, I would much rather hear way over like, Dad, can I play the computer when I get home?
Yes, and an update, Zion did get in trouble at school. He's saying some not so nice things, and so we decided to basically cut off the TV in the room. It's not there.
No TV on the wall.
Oh yeah, you actually took that out.
Took it out.
Took it out, and then no computer. He like played little games, and no YouTube whatsoever. And I was talking about this the other day. I feel like something's broken off over Zion, where it's like he doesn't really ask for it.
Yeah.
And he is asking for the things to do outside, and like, or he'll like color on some paper.
Yeah, he's getting excited for the pool. So that's like, we got the pool cover off, the pool pump is installed, I'm wiring that in today, gonna get it circulating. So he's like really getting excited for outside stuff, which is awesome. Nice. So like, yeah, and so when you start seeing like, okay, what do we want our kids to grow up like? What do we want them to enjoy? Like, a lot of that comes from our direction as parents. Like, sometimes it's easier to just like, hey, just go play computer, or and we're like 30 minutes.
And then it's like an hour and 15 later, we're like, okay, now it's really time to get off.
Yeah, now you have to get off. And like, yeah, so I think that is the lifestyle we're chasing. Is our family it comes first. It comes before work. It comes before even ministries. Like our first ministry is our household. Um, so, yeah, I think that's the lifestyle we're chasing.
Can you smell those honeysuckles? Oh.
I can. No, I just did that to be dramatic.
Okay. I was like, oh.
I can smell the honeysuckles. I had to do a quick little camera change because I love doing the podcast outside. Honestly, Gabe said that too. He was like, I love this vibe, but when you're doing it outside and the sun is moving, we really need to do one of these, and it's not great timing because of kids, but a golden hour outside podcast.
Yeah.
Dude, it's beautiful back here at that time. And
It
the
is.
sun's over there, so one of these times I just need to make it work. 30 minutes, true at natty, keep the kids inside.
Yeah.
I'll give you ice cream afterwards or something.
Yeah. I'm down.
I think it's kind of fun to talk about like what is your hours, because we have a lot of the same in the beginning, but talk about like what's your daily routine. Wake up in the morning, alarm goes off, boom, start there.
Wake up in the morning and
4 a.m.
4 a.m. and coffee takes about 9 to 12 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So we know
We have it programmed.
we do. So then we'll sit in bed until like maybe our second, we'll snooze once, maybe.
Yep.
And then we'll know that our coffee is done. And then our coffee is done, and one of us will go fill up the coffee. I like my coffee mug hot, so I'll fill it up, put it in the microwave for a minute with water, and then I'll dump out the water, and I'll put fresh coffee, and we'll put an ice cube in Taylor's, because he likes it ready to drink, not burn your tongue.
Yeah.
And then we will, then the person who is upstairs while the other person's getting coffee will like turn on YouTube, put on worship, and turn on the lights so that there's just a good vibe. We'll drink some coffee, we'll talk for a little bit, and then we will read the Bible. Right now we're reading Matthew, because we started in the Gospels. Well, yes, we both like separately were reading it, and then we came together. We finished all the way to Revelation, which is cray. And then so now we're back in Matthew, reading a chapter a day. We'll pray. And then if I'm going to work that day, I will get dressed, brush the teeth.
Brush the teeth.
Brush the teeth. Brush my teeth. And pack my lunch. It's really exciting when I have the sun.
I know, about to move this again when I have to restart this camera.
It's really exciting when I have food that we like made from the night before, leftovers. It's so nice to pack my lunch, and then Taylor will make my coffee, which is what I'm drinking now. It is grass-fed butter and coconut oil, which I may have said before.
I don't know if you have.
But it's delicious. A tablespoon of each, and you're ready to rock and roll. So that'll get made, and then I'll head to work. It's kind of a bullet point version, but that is my routine.
Yeah. My routine's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Until you go to work, and then I get typically though, I guess that was where it changes is when you go to work. If you have like the early morning, like the be there by 5:45 type of vibe. If Rain will stay asleep.
Yeah, she's been getting up at 5:30.
Good Lord. Then I'll go into the room. Still got worship music playing, and then I'll work out a bit. Literally, I don't enjoy like the go to the gym workouts, so I'm just like, do it, like push-ups, crunches, that kind of stuff. And now I put a pull-up bar in the basement.
Oh, nice. Yeah, show me that.
The rafters. So,
nice.
So do a workout, some prayer time, shower, and I always end the last 60 seconds with a freezing cold part of the shower. Just gets the people going.
Yeah, that's woo. It is so crazy.
I've been doing that for like 2 years now, at least.
Yeah. You've been very consistent.
Yeah. So that flow, and then by that time, kids are waking up, or if not, I'm waking them up. getting ready for school. I got Truett and Addie doing dishes in the morning so that they don't have to do it as soon as they get home from school. Usually, Zion's been trying to do some sweeping and everybody's got to make their bed. Like, it's a pretty routine morning. And then once they go to school, my day is kind of depends on what's going on that day, as far as editing or meetings or calls or that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's I think consistency has helped us a ton. Just the discipline of waking up in the morning, you got the coffee, you read the Bible, got some worship going, and we try to that's kind of a good time to just connect. Just to be let's talk about, let's just talk about whatever might come to our mind.
Yeah, what's neat, what are we doing the rest of the day, or is there something a practice we have to go to, or Addie has a game tonight, Truett has a game tomorrow night.
Yep. Truett had a concert last night.
It is getting wild. Field trips.
Yep. So one of the things that we've been doing a lot, even pushing in short form content, is DIY kind of living.
Yeah.
And I want to talk a little bit about that, DIY versus hiring somebody to do the work. Because in every field, and this is not against, I wonder if my mic has been covered up that whole time. That's cool. The beauty of running our own podcast and not having anybody look at the cameras or listen to the audio is we never know what it's going to look like till later. But maybe this is something we should hire somebody for instead of DIY.
Yeah, maybe it might be just great.
Yeah, it might be. It might be. So we have leaned heavy into, one, we enjoy figuring out things on our own, learning things, all that stuff. And so we look at things a lot and we're like, oh, it's kind of fun to get a quote for something too and be like, what's this gonna cost if we hire somebody? And then it ends up being outrageous.
Yeah.
Because people that are in these fields of work, they deserve to be paid what they're getting paid anyways. Of course, yes, contractor, sometimes I'm like, that's a little much.
Yeah.
But, they charge what they charge. And most of the things around our house we can just do on our own. Even if we don't know how to do it, we learn and we commit to it and we just figure it out.
It's the beauty of the internet.
I'm not a plumber, but I plumbed in this pump behind me.
Yeah.
And
that's good.
I feel like a man after
you are
I
a man.
It in.
You're a man. Man.
Man. Oh man. And
You did it.
Yeah, so what are your thoughts on the whole DIY versus hiring somebody to come do the work? I mean, we just hired we hired somebody to do the trees and everything.
That was an amazing blessing.
Yeah.
I fully recommend hiring a company, because they were in and out, it was 5 hours maybe?
Yeah.
And they were done, and there's 27 trees they worked on.
Yeah.
There were some that were dead. So that, yes, fully worth it. Hire somebody to do it.
Massive blessing. And
yes.
Your mom and stepdad helping us with that one.
They did. That's when you know you're adulting, when you're excited about tree trimming. And now
it was an event.
It was. They had 4 giant trucks. One was a shredder that went into another truck, and they were amazing. Now, if it's something where we need to fix a toilet or fix we want to do an expansion on the shower, I think we can do that, because you've done a lot of construction, and if you just tell me how to do things, we can grout our own tile. That's easy.
Build this deck out here, expand the deck.
Yep, that'll be a DIY project. Build the chicken coop, that'll be a DIY project. So I think having a healthy challenge of we can do this. But I'm trying to think, besides the tree trimming, man, what are things that we probably couldn't do? And I'm not saying that as an arrogance. I'm just saying
because sometimes we don't have the tools it would take, or
the concrete. I don't know.
I have some ideas, but
so our concrete is shifting. So we have a pool, this is a house I grew up in, so I was 8 when this pool got put in.
Welcome to our new location.
We're doing great.
So you were talking about the pool, because we're in the house that you grew up in. We have a pool.
Yes. So the concrete around the pool is shifting, I think, because of like roots from a tree.
Yeah.
And it's, like, what is that? How many? It's a lot of years old.
Yeah, well, 29, I think is what your mom said.
Yeah. Okay, y'all do the math. See how old I am. Hee hee.
Yeah, that I'm gonna play with the concrete a little bit. I got some ideas that I'll probably like post on like some short form stuff. But yeah, I genuinely think that most things like just take your swing at it. Like try if it works, it works. Like I know like yeah, I just think try it. Try it. If it doesn't work, then there's other options.
Yep.
Ask your friends. Maybe your friends can help you learn some things too.
Oh, I am curious about adding a window.
Oh yeah.
But didn't you say that might be a...
So we want to add a window on one wall of our house, but the only reason I think this is because I feel like your dad would have put a window there.
Yeah.
But it might be a load-bearing wall. And so I got to figure that out. But we might want to put just a big window in that kind of opens up the side of the house
So
where you can look outside way better. It'd bring more sunlight, and it would let us see like more of the pool coverage. So we'll
That's
see.
I'm like, man, if we did that DIY, that would be crazy.
Dude, that'd be a fun one because you get to like cut in. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Be able to like actually cut in and into the wall. I mean, I've done a ton of that in the past. Some of these things I'm like, man, Becky gets to see me do this.
I know. I'm like, how do you do this? But yeah, and even just expanding that, again, that deck, that's what we're looking at right now is
Oh yeah, I was like, what are you looking at?
the deck.
Yeah, there's a deck, but it's like 2 feet,
It's very...
24 inches deep, and we're like, well, we have a table up there that I always forget about, but it's like
We never
the
go out
width
there.
of the table. So yeah, it'll be nice, and it's like right out of our master bedroom. So like would be nice to go out there. But I think yeah, just like DIY is just kind of at least our vibe. Like
Yeah.
I think we always, like you were talking about earlier, like a challenge. Set up a challenge. Yeah.
That is a good challenge.
So one of the things Gabe and I were talking about in the pod we just recorded was like, because we're starting a series 2 that's I think we're gonna call it The Ones Who Stayed, and in the season that we walked through almost 8 months ago, we had friends in our lives a lot of people in our lives that had the ability to stay with us, like stay in our corner, fight with us, and they had the ability to leave. And a lot of people left, at least on my side. And which is okay. It's we were talking about like there was just like pruning that needed to happen. Pruning that needed to happen.
Yeah.
But it really kind of showed what we were talking about. Was like it showed the value of having the right people in your life. And I'm kind of curious on your thoughts. Like, how do you know when they're the right people? Like, like the people in our life, I feel like are the right people right now.
Yeah.
How do you know that though?
I think seeing like, how do you feel after hanging out with them? Do you feel exhausted? Do you feel like kind of refreshed? Do you guys have things in common? Do you feel comfortable enough to just like be silent? Because it is awkward like meeting new people sometimes, and like when you're hanging out and like the conversation isn't going somewhere, you're like, but is this okay?
You
like,
just kind of keep driving it and
Yeah.
it. You're like, do they even like me?
Is this a mistake? But I think, are they reciprocating the amount of effort
Yeah.
that you're putting into? because I'm really bad. Like, I can get into my own projects, my own head, my own, like, home care, you know,
Yeah.
like taking care of home maintenance or whatever, like just lifestyle here. But I'm trying to be better of like, let's have people over for dinner. Let's go to their house if, you know, like, because they've offered. And, but like the right people, I mean, first and foremost too, is like, do they follow Jesus? That's important. I'm not saying that I won't talk to you if you don't. That's not
Yeah.
at all what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
But we're like yeah, because like who is like in the corner with you?
Yeah.
You know, like who are you going to when it's your hardest day, and who are you going to bring joy? And yeah, so I think that's huge because it aligns with, you know, finding the right people that align with your lifestyle, with your beliefs, with your um, you know, they're gonna build you up rather than like tell you like kind of like lead you astray, you know, based on
Yeah.
like worldly. Well, yeah, you could go do this. Like, let's go partying. Let's go out. Let's go to the club. Let's go drink. Let's.
Yeah. I think, yeah, finding people who like enjoy the same things you do in a
Yeah.
way, but also, I don't know, just like, it's a hard one.
Yeah.
I feel like not so much what they can offer me, but also
Yeah.
like how can I be a blessing to them, and show them love, but enjoy the same things they do.
Yeah.
Like my friend Kaylee, she is a new friend.
Mm-hmm.
We met at church, and her and her husband have a little boy who's 2, and we have Rain who's 2, and we enjoy the same things. So she came over to help me plant all the garden, and I couldn't do that all by myself that day.
Yeah.
And so, like, such a trooper to come out and enjoy that, and she loved it and I loved it. So it's like, wow, we can
Yeah.
be productive together. That's a big thing for me, is like, as a friendship, can we be productive together?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
don't know.
No, I think that's huge. I think you have to find those people that are willing to stick it out with you regardless of your season of life. So like
Yeah.
Gabe and I, for instance, Augie's the same way. Gabe and I have been through almost every season together, like every type of season.
Yeah.
You know, he went through his divorce. I went through like so many ups and downs, like highs where like the company was growing and we were like, you know, things are going great, to, oh, dude, can I come stay on your couch? You know, like.
Yeah, and you met Gabe before me, right?
Yeah,
And you were friends with
2016.
Augie, 2016, and you were friends with Augie.
Since like 2009.
Yeah.
Emo Taylor days.
Straighten Taylor, like
Oh,
straighten
dude,
hair
stringy
Taylor.
straight bangs. Yeah, there's just those, you got to find those people that are willing to walk through the hard times as well as the good times, because I had a lot of people in my life that would walk the good seasons with me because they almost like my energy, I think, and same with anybody really, is you can have this contagious energy that helps people feel better about themselves. So like I feel like both of us can really draw people to us because our energy is pretty like encouraging, and we're always like growing and learning and doing fun things. Like we're just doing life, but to other people a lot of times we're like, oh man, like Taylor and Becky are doing this, or Taylor's doing this, or Becky's doing that, or so I think people can kind of like leech onto that because it makes them feel more accomplished or more better. But when you find those people that when in the end when you have nothing to offer them, they're still like, dude, I'm right here. And I think I
Yeah.
for so long was like, when I don't have something to offer, I'm like, people are gonna leave, and that's just past trauma and childhood crap.
Yeah.
But I'm literally like, oh, when I looked up from, to get poetic, when I looked up from the ashes, you know, I'm just like, who is still standing there? You know, and I had a select few people that were still standing there.
Yes.
Not in support of the mistakes I had made,
Yeah.
but fighting in our corner.
I think I'll touch on this, and then alarm went off. Touch on this is people who were in my corner when everything went down
Yeah.
that said, I support you for whatever you choose to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I knew. I'm like, okay, they love me regardless of what choice I'm going to make, if I'm going to stick it out with you or if I'm going to decide not to. And then the people who are like, I could never do that. I can never, like, you should think it before you do that. Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand, like, wanting to get down nitty gritty and, like, understand, like, this, are
Yeah.
you sure?
Yeah.
But also people who are, like, who wouldn't allow me to make a choice for myself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah. I think there are those times when you're going to realize, like, again, what lifestyle are you chasing? And do those friends support that?
Yeah.
Do they add to it, or do they take away from it? And are you able to go to them when you're not at your, like, best?
Mm-hmm.
Are you able to, and they're still, like, they still will make the time to take that phone call, to show up at your door, to let you come cry on their shoulder type of thing. Like, for me, let me come crash on their couch, or
Yeah.
it's just key, because if you're, again, you have this lifestyle, and everything else that we do, like, supports that lifestyle, and we can be that exact same thing for those people. Everybody that I would say are still in our corner, we want to be that same for them.
Yeah.
They know, I can speak for them, I would say, like, they know they can call us. They know that they can show up to us. They know, like, even if we've gone a week without talking, we're still right there. And so it's just one of those things, like, surround yourself with the people that you want to do life with, not just with people that are there for the good times, because life is not always good, obviously. Yeah. And so, yeah, I think there's definitely more I want to get into on the next episode, and kind of continuous. I want to dig in a little bit more on the next episode, just about kind of where we are now and what made you, like, what clicked in your head and made you be like, yeah, actually, I want to make this work. Because on my side, I had the light bulb awakening moment back in, like, September, and then we walked through a lot of, like, okay, I had to earn trust back. I had to earn respect back. I had to, and so I want to kind of dig into that in the next episode. To what was it that made you be like, you know what, I think this is legit, and I actually think it's worth making this work. But we got lots to do, and we're excited for today. The weather's beautiful. I'm gonna get this pool circulating.
So exciting.
That'd be how Mike Todd says it. Get it circulating.
I'm gonna get my bread, a bacon.
Bread. We're gonna go get that bread.
I'm so excited.
So anyways, thanks guys for tuning in for another episode of This Gathered Life podcast. This was great. So we'll see you guys here soon. I don't know when.
I know sometimes
but we will do it.
Yeah.
So see you guys.